is in. Dr. Urius Papers here, coming at you with another commentary and live stream for Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, let's make sure we can hear ourselves. Another commentary. Okay, we're good. Excellent. We are ready to go. All right, what are we doing tonight? It is time for another installment, episode, whatever you want to call it, of D23. So our D23 challenge, where we create a dungeon room every single night for 365 days. Every day is one room, 365 days. So far... Oh, let me see here. I've got a PowerPoint in here that we created for this. So let's put that out. See if I can open this up here. And it was for the D23 challenge. Here we are. There it is. Okay. So the D23 challenge, we'll just quickly go over these are the rules of engagement for our D23 challenge. Is that appearing? It is. Okay. And these are the rules of engagement for our D23 challenge. This is the background. We have a wizard named Azruel Zahn, who is lawful evil, a very cold, calculated individual, and he is trying to rewrite the reality. And he is doing that through the use of wish magic. And he has created this dungeon called the Wish Engine, that its sole purpose is to absorb magic and then power itself so that he can use it to rewrite reality. So that's the gist of it. So that is what we got. So let's get back to the rooms. So far we've created 3 rooms. We've got an entry room here, room 1, which we're actually going to do something here. I'm going to do an edit. We're going to get rid of 1 kobold. Delete. And we're going to move our trapsmith over. Okay. And then I need to go into the Word document that we have. And we're going to have 5 kobolds instead of 6. We're going to have 5 kobolds and 1 trapsmith. So the first room is the entry room, and then the second room was a throne room to Kurtlemak, who is the god of the kobolds. There's no creatures in this room, but there was some statues of Kurtlemak on the sides that radiated magic. There's a throne that has kobold skulls on it, and it has a swobold skull on the top of it. And there's a gem on it, and the throne radiates magic, and it all radiates evocation magic. So, first level characters. This whole level of this dungeon is for first level characters, and first level characters should be able to easily use detect magic, especially if they have a wizard. Okay, there were 2 doors out of this room, and the door to the left or the west went into an ancient. Like an ancient tomb, an abandoned tomb. There's a couple of gargoyle statues that radiate necromantic magic that face the entrance, but that's it. They're just statues that radiate necromantic magic. And then there were 3 coffins, and there is a zombie in this one, a zombie in this one, where they're ash zombies, and then in the middle one is a shadow. And I think we're going to edit something on this one. Here it is. To the northeast and the northwest is a single stone door supposedly leading out of the room. The door to the northwest has several words, several draconic words, since kobolds speak draconic, has several draconic words scratched into its surface. stating warning, do not enter undead. Okay. So that's telling the kobolds not to go in there. So maybe a couple of kobolds went in there and they got gacked by the undead that's in here. Now, let's see here. As you enter, on the floor, in addition to a thick layer of dust on the floor, you quickly spot kobold, and we'll just call them kobold tracks. We'll let them know that. Kobold tracks and a few... Uh-oh. We lost our stream. No, we didn't. Okay. And a few what? Where are we at? And a few not recently dead, but decaying kobold corpses. There we go. All right. So that'll be it for that. Okay. And then in the room, there's 2 ashen zombies. There is a shadow, and there's some treasure in the coffin. So there's 25 gold pieces scattered about in the central coffin, and a small gold bracelet, and a +1 weapon. We can make that weapon whatever we want to make it. The weapon is warm to the touch, and crafted, not the crafter, but crafted. Crafted from black iron with flame motifs etched into its surface. The great hero John the Bravado wielded this 110 years ago, while underground the bearer of this item always does. And then the item is called Ibros the Cinder. So if somebody wants to do a history check, I'll do like a DC 15 history check, because that's more or less a difficult check. I got to find out where that stupid thing is about where the DCs are for, let's see. Did I just turn off my stream? I hope I didn't. No, okay. I got a couple of hotkeys on here that might turn my stream off. So DC 15 intelligence history check. Okay. So that'll get you the knowledge about the name and the John the Bravado and everything. Okay. So we're going to copy this. Copy. And we need to go down now. Nope. Need to enter. And go to the next page. And we're going to do room 4. All right, and it's not going to be the abandoned tomb. We don't know what that's going to be yet. I have a little bit of an idea in my head on what it's going to be, but it's not going to be the abandoned room. Okay, so let's go back to the map, and let's draw out the map. So we've got this other door here, and we're going to go ahead, and we're going to add a hallway, a hallway, a hallway, a hallway, 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 hallway. And we are now going to create a hallway and a hallway. So we're going to create a T, and so we're gonna create a room that is off to the left. And basically the way I'm gonna do this so that I can get the PCs to continuously go in one direction is we're gonna have a flow of movement in the dungeon, so that like from room 2 there's 2 choices, and they can go in to room. We got to do this room 3. So from room 2, they can go to room 3, but there's no way out of room 3. There's nowhere else to go. So they got to come back down into room 2, and then they got to take the hallway. So from the hallway, there's going to be 2 choices. They can go up here to room 4, and we're going to end at room 4. There's not going to be any place else to go from room 4, which means they're going to have to come back down and go the other way. Now, they can skip some of these rooms, obviously. But if they do, they're going to skip something that is interesting. And so we don't want that. So we're going to use our edgy brush here. And I'm going to... So you see what we're doing here? This creates a cave. Make this a little bit bigger here. Yeah. There we go. And we're going to create a cavern here. And we want to create a pretty big cavern. So the kobolds need a food source. We're going to leave. We can always go back in here and add in. I think I like that. Okay, now let's... That, okay. And now we're going to add... So that's going to create pillars in here. So you see what I did? And we're going to put one here. So these are like stalactites that are in this cavern. We're going to go back to subtract. Now we want to add in... So the kobolds need a food source. And so I imagine that... well, let's look at... I think maybe they have something under kobolds. Let's see what if they mention what they eat. Sources, rules, monsters. Kobold. What do kobolds eat? Does it tell us? Craven reptilian humanoids that worship evil dragons as demigods and serve as minions and toadies. Habit dragons' layers, strength in numbers, they're tunnelers and builders. Doesn't really say. Like, there's no... They used to have, like, an ecology part when it was, like, 3rd edition. They don't really have that anymore. So, okay. That is not what we're looking for. So, I'm going to envision that they're going to be eating rats. That's what we're going to... And so, and I'm going to say that the rats are going to live off of, like, garbage. And so we're going to put some garbage stuff in here. I think there's some mushrooms or something in here. Let's see here. We've got... sunflowers and stuff here. I don't see any, like, we got Fey stuff. Strawberry cinnamon roll, no. Strawberry pot, no. What's this thing here? Dragonfly wing shroom. Ooh, that's cool. Sunspur flower. And rainbow rhubarb. So the Fae's got some stuff in here. Carnivorous plants. It's got some, what is this here? Orb trees. That looks like it's blurple berries. So there's some, oh, here's some fungus right here. What's this right here? This is boletus mushroom, fly agaric mushrooms. We got some mushrooms there. Anything in the gothic horror? I don't see anything that's mushroomy. What's this thing right here? Skull candles. Okay, that's definitely not mushroomy. Graveyard is a no. There's a pumpkin. Oh, hell. What do we got here? That's a hell mushroom. Okay. Got that. What else do we got? We got market. I don't want market. Pirate. It's too bad they don't have a swamp here. They have a sewer. Sewer plants. Liverwurst. Oh, we could put those in there. Okay. We got ship. We got snow and ice. Steampunk. That's not really tavern. Temple. Train. Water. This is all like sea stuff, though. And wizard. Okay. What do they have in here? Oh, this is all like 3D stuff. Oh, we might be able to use some of this. This is a lot of structures. What's this thing? Fairy pumpkins. Trippy mushrooms. Fall mushrooms. Hills. This is stuff for like terrain. Here we are. Trees. Vegetation. Okay, that's it. All right, let's get out of that. Fantasy world. What do we got in fantasy world here? We've got buildings, 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 buildings. I want to put some mushrooms in here. That doesn't look very mushroomy. This looks like terrain stuff again. Yeah, that's all terrain stuff. Okay, parchment. I don't think parchment world. I think this is all, yeah, this is all watercolor battle mat. This is all watercolory. What's that right there? Giant mushrooms. Medium mushrooms. Plant. Maybe we'll put some of these. We'll put some of these in there. Medium mushrooms. Is there anything else in here that we can use? I think that's it. And we don't want watercolor city. So let's go back to this sewer and we'll put this, like, what is this here? Is this webbing? Oh, sewer slime. Let's put some sewer slime. What's this here? Sewer roots. Sewer slime. Oh, there's got rats in here too. We're going to have a rat swarm in here probably. So let's put a little sewer slime in here, but I want to, oh, there's different kinds of slime. There's that, okay, let's do, and there's this. Let's do that. Oh, we don't want it that big though. Okay. Yeah, so we'll put some sewer slime right up against this one. And we'll put some right up against this one. And we'll put, this is all like garbage. And then let's open the catalog again. And let's get some sewer plants. We'll put like a sewer plant next to each one of those. And like on either side. That looks cool. So the okay. So I think that's it. The rats will live off of that. And then the kobolds will live off the rats. So they'll breed the rats in here for food and then they'll eat the rats. Okay. So and the PCs don't necessarily have to go here, but you know, they could go up to this, they could look in here and say, I'm not going to touch that, and then they could go the other way. And let's subtract that. One. Let's. We want to do that. There we go. Okay, we got rid of that. Okay. So they don't necessarily have to go into this room, but I'm going to put something in here that's going to be buried in like this back thing that if they don't go in the room, they're not going to get it. So, they could come up here, they could look in the room and go, no, and then they could go the other way. So, but they'll miss out on what's here. Like they don't have to go in room 3 either, but if they don't go in room 3, they won't get the gold that's in there, and they also won't get the +1 weapon that's in there either. So, they'll miss out on that. So, it behooves the PCs to explore as much as they possibly can explore. And we're not going to put a door here either. Okay, so let's think about the creatures that we can put in here. So I don't want kobolds, but I do want rat. So let's just put rat in here and see what we come up with. I think there is a rat swarm. Well, we definitely don't want a rat swarm. There it is. And it's a quarter. It's a quarter. So I think we can put a couple of these in here. Let's look at Xanthars. And how big are rat swarms? They are medium. Okay, so they take up a square. They take up a square. So encounter building is what we want. Okay. So we are looking at this right here. So a 1/4 is equal to 1 character. So this is a pretty big room. These things have a average armor class. 10 is probably below average. They have damage resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. And they can't be charmed, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, prone, restrained, or stunned. They have dark vision 30 feet, and they're swarms, so they can occupy another character's space. And they have a bite attack, so they have to occupy the space. And then they roll the hit. They do 2d10, 2d6 piercing damage, or 1d6, and they don't do disease. So, is there any other? Let's just put swarm in here and see what comes up. And let's do this. Swarm of insects is a half. Swarm of rot grubs is also a half. Oh, these are pretty nasty. Those are really nasty. And so maybe they cohabitate. Maybe we'll put a swarm of rot grubs in here and like 3 swarms of rats, and they'll all cohabitate together. We'll do that. Okay, so let's go to our thing here. So I want, is there anything that's a half? Let's look at that. Is there anything that's a half? That's a swarm. A half. Oh, there is. Oh, it is a swarm of rock grubs. Okay. So this counts as 2 players. Right. Okay, so we'll do 1 swarm of rock grubs, and we'll do 1 swarm of, what is this swarm of zombie what? Zombie limbs. Yeah, we're not doing it. No undead in here. So we'll do a swarm of rock grubs and 2 swarms. We can do 1. Oh, this is equal to 3. And then 2 swarms of rats. Yeah. 2 of these and 1 of these. Okay. Excellent. That is exactly what we're going to do. So we'll type that in here. 1 rot grub swarm, and that's worth 3 players, 3 first level players, and 2 rat swarms. Okay, so now I know what's going to be in the room. And the room's a dungeon room, and it has a, like, rotten food theme. And let's see here. So we're going to call this, we want to turn that off. Kobold pantry. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the kobold pantry. And let's go back here. Take that off and go for it. Okay, we're going to call this the kobold pantry. And we want to bold and italicize this. As you peer into this large cavern, you feel the heat and humidity. You feel the heat, humidity, and stench of rotten, I don't want to say refuse, offal that sits in 3 large piles. I think it's 3 large piles in this room here. It is 3 large piles. Okay, 3 large piles. In 3 large piles throughout the chamber. Movement, each pile is composed of rotting, we'll say rotting rat carcasses and decaying vegetable material. Okay, that seems appropriate. That seems appropriate. You detect slight movement throughout the chamber, but particularly in and around each of the piles of rotten material. What else can we say? What else can we say? Stalactite slash stalagmites. I spelled that right. Stalactite. Yeah, I spelled that right. Stalactite, stalagmites. Why did that? Okay, I guess that's not going to go. Stretch from floor to ceiling next to each rot pile. You detect slight writhing movement throughout the chamber, but particularly in and around each of the piles of rotten material. Okay. And what are we going to put in this room? We're going to put something to entice them to go in. Amongst the piles of rot, you also detect shiny objects not dissimilar from possible coins. Okay. So that'll coins and or gems. So there might be some treasure in here, and the kobolds let the rot grubs and the rats kind of guard it. Kobolds like shiny things, and so they may keep. Okay, amongst the pile of rot to the north, because we had one that was in the northern part of the chamber. Yeah, we had one right here to the northern part of the chamber. Okay. So that'll entice the PCs to go into the room. Okay, so we're going to go... We're out of bold and undead. If any of the piles are approached, if any PC approaches within 5 feet of any of the piles, rot grubs and rats will coalesce into swarms and attack for a total of 1 rot. We've got to bold that. 1 rot grub swarm and 2 rat swarms. Okay. And treasure. What treasure do we want to put in here? So let's go all the way back up, and we're going to go to the Dungeon Master's Guide, and we're going to go here to treasure, and I think I'm going to put a couple blue quartz. We'll put a couple of blue quartz in there. No, we don't want that bolded. The north rot pile contains 2 blue quartz, 10 GP each, and 50 gold pieces. That's it. We're not going to put any magic items in here or anything. Oh, I know, yes. Something in this pile radiates abjuration magic if detected. And we're going to do this. 1 of the gold pieces radiates abjuration magic if detected. There you go. Okay, that is even more of a kind of carrot to get the players in here. All right, so that's room number 4. Very simple. Very simple to, we got everything done. Not, so it's the room where the food is. So the characters are going to come into they're going to look in the room. They're going to see some shiny stuff in this pile of rot here. And if they do detect magic, so I think I'm going to move this up a little bit. So let's do that. So they have a good view of the room here. And we want to use the edgy brush. There we go. That's so if they're standing here, they'll be able to see right to that. And they'll see that there's something shiny in here. And we're going to move this. We're going to move this down. There we go. And we're going to move that over. There we go. And so they'll be able to see that there's something shiny in here. And if they detect magic, it will detect for magic. And then if they come in, then we're going to get rot grubs from one of these piles, a rat swarm from another pile, and a rat swarm from another pile. And then they will have to deal with that. All right, let's put room number 4 here. Room 4. And there we are. There it is. All right, that's room number 4. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. And we will be doing room number 5, which will be the room over here to the east or to the right tomorrow. So thank you for tuning in, and I will catch